Really?
Yeah. Fucking Guinness piles the fucking weight on you. It's a cunt. I love it.
I know, but then you see, at the same time, you have to understand you have an iron deficiency as well. So you need those creamy pints to keep the iron up, all right? Doctors always, okay? You have that now live. You have that live now. That's your proof. So if your wife gives
The
her
proof is the fucking mirror, Danny. There's another fucking stone gone on since last month.
Look, you're a prop. You'd be grand. It's meant to happen. Don't worry about it, okay?
I told you before. I'm a fucking winger in a prop's body. I just identify. Have we started this fucking show anytime soon?
He's already started.
We're probably within about half an hour. That way we can discover the Ulster Leinster game and possibly the comic game. We can gaze over
I see we're live. Thanks, Danny, for fucking that. So you know that well I can't see the fucking bar. Come on, the fuck.
Who the fuck do you think you are, Mike Reedy? You have to
fetch out the guy there, Lenny did.
No, he's doing me fucking dirty every fucking time. He knows I can't see the live bar, so he draws me at the car. Look at that, the fucking big grinny head and the fucking Kerry bollocks. Come on, the fuck.
Oh, fuck off.
All right, have your fucking number now, Brosnan.
You know me. Do you think I'm in some sort of blackguard whore for development or something like that? Is that what you think I am, Lynn?
I'm just going to take a little break here, seeing as I'll come back to about 20 minutes. We might actually be started. Come on.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's show of Mauls, live on ruckus.ie via YouTube, and of course our Mauls and all page on YouTube, and Matt will be putting this up later on Spotify. We'd appreciate if you could subscribe and follow to any or all the channels if at all possible. Anyway, Mark Noonan in here as well saying, howdy lads.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah, we'll
say no. Fine, Mark. I don't know if the two boys are.
Yeah. Bevan here, evening all. Hope you're well. Devastating for your weekend for Connacht and Munster fans. Yeah.
Evening, Bev.
No arguments there, Bev, to be honest with you. Lads, I suppose we'll start kicking at it anyway and get things underway and stop Len complaining for a change, for flip's sake. Len, I'll come to you first since you're all ready and willing and able. Ulster 61, Racing 92, 7 points. In
yeah, do you want me to give you a try breakdown on this, Danny?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. You got an entire hour. Yeah.
Oh, look. I said beforehand that it was like, as you said in the group, Andy Farrell was up in Ravenhill to actually watch the game. And fucking hell. What a cracker for him to come up and witness. You know what I mean? Look, I know it was a second string Racing side, but what can you do? You can only play what's in front of you. And by Jesus, they went about it. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Fantastic attacking rugby. Look, you couldn't. I suppose you had to pick out one or two. Zach Ward is an absolute. We've spoken about him, Matt, a couple of times on the show. He's a fucking flyer. I actually did feel sorry for him there at one stage. I think it was a Doak put a perfect crossfield kick to him right into the red basket, and he managed to knock it on. And Farrell sitting the one time you don't want something like that to happen.
But look, it's always the same. It's that one point where you go, fuck.
Yeah. Of all the times you don't want to do it. Well, look, it didn't matter because he more than redeemed himself. You know what I mean? With his tries and what have you. And Jesus, I tell you, it was very good as well as his brother, Bryn.
Yeah.
Like there is some prospects on that Ulster team. Like Richie Murphy, when he was with the under-20s, you know, he had a knack of molding youngsters. Now he has a slightly older group, and they're not changing from year to year. But now I reckon he's going to work wonders with those guys because he has the raw talent. And I think Ulster are going to be a force to be reckoned with in the next couple of years. I really, really do. The game itself, look, it was a thriller to watch. The lads running in tries. But even, forget about the Flyers, you had Dave McCann, another prospect for Ireland. You know what I mean? He got man of the match. Scott Wilson, you know, that's another tight head option because we are short, especially in the front row of young lads coming through. So the more we see from all the provinces, the better. And it just gives Farrell something to think about. And I really would Like again, we keep discussing the same thing, but the Six Nations is coming up, so it'll be nice to see some of these lads being considered at least. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
yeah, great win for Ulster.
Yeah. Speaking of being considered at the Six Nations, then Bev Ann says here, Jude Postlethwaite is going from strength to strength. Hopefully, the return to play protocols don't last too long. But it looks so bad when his forehead whacked off the ground. But Jude should definitely be on Andy's list for Six Nations. He's too good to leave out.
Absolutely, and sorry, that was one I forgot to actually mention. He was very, very lucky to go off so early. Very unlucky. Again, he was in the shop window there with Farrell sitting there. Look, I'm sure, Farrell watches these games whether he's sitting in Ravenhill or not. That's really not the issue. But when the guy is there in person, you want to hold your hand up. So he was unlucky to go off, but look, we know what the guy can do. Yeah, you're right, Bevan.
Matt, your thoughts on the Ulster Racing game?
Oh, listen, I didn't expect that at all, and with Racing scoring first and it was 7-0 up in 7 minutes, I was like, this could actually be a tough game, but Christ almighty, Ulster tonked them, absolutely tonked them. And like Racing 92 are they're not a bad side. Like they're always thereabouts in the top 14, and a very, very hard team to beat. But Ulster were a different level. And as Len said, like the Ward brothers were fantastic. Dave McCann was brilliant. Jude Postlethwaite very unlucky, and he has been on the radar, I'd say, for a long time. And I'd say that and a few of the other lads is why Andy Farrell was up there at the game, And as Len said, look, he is watching the games. He's probably watching them on repeat or watching them back afterwards. But to actually see him going up there means that he's actually genuinely interested in watching some of these lads, and with Jack Murphy playing 10 as well, and Nathan Doak, Balakoon, there's loads of lads, and as you said, Scott Wilson. I'd say Scott Wilson's always kind of been thereabouts. I didn't fucking realize Kieran Treadwell had left Ulster and had gone to fucking Harlequins. Didn't cop that at all from last season. It was only with didn't realize it, but look, it's a great win, regardless of whoever didn't play well, like or the slight errors, but you're going to get that in
actually game, like you're just talking about the Racing try again. You're in the shop window, Hume through an intercept pass. Geez, the Irish team's loving intercept passes at this stage, aren't we?
Well, there's another fella that's probably on the radar as well, is James.
He is, yeah, but again, the last thing you want to do is give the opposition the fucking ball to run down the pitch. Well, look, that was the only mistake they made, really, in the whole 80 minutes, And look, as you said, I know it's a second string team, but even a second string Racing team, the way that the French are coached and their ability to hurt you, they dealt with it really, really well.
Absolutely. I mean, whether it was a second string team or not, or whatever the case may be, they're still competing weekly in the top 14, and we know how good that competition is. So like I wouldn't be putting that down as it was a shit fucking Racing side. I think it was just a very good Ulster side as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, look, we've seen. Sorry, Matt. We've seen our provinces over the years struggle against second string teams. Just because second string team, you know what I mean, doesn't automatically mean you're going to go out and score 50 or 60 points regardless. They still had to put in the work to get there.
Gregor's saying here that Racing are actually 11th in the top 14 at the moment. So which means maybe they're not the squad they were at one stage. At the moment, I know they were in a relegation battle, I think, last season as well. So maybe there is that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something, right? Even if they are 11th, they're probably not that far off the pace, because there's a times in that top 14 where the middle 6 teams are within 3 or 4 points of each other, and you can go from 11th to 4th in one weekend. So that means nothing in the top 14, honestly.
Yeah. Gregor here is just saying, I think whatever Richie said last week and Friday worked.
Definitely. definitely.
Well, if it is any, but they get, I suppose, maybe Eddie Farrell's been there and a couple of lads want to get their hands up, get seen, get noticed. I suppose maybe that's kind of Joe.
I'm telling you, we're gonna see more more inclusion from, I'd say, all of the provinces come Six Nations and the next year or two. Definitely.
Yeah, there
Because there's
also,
loads of guys putting their hands up.
yeah, there is that comment there from Peter from our YouTube page as well, saying that they're not going to blood new caps in the Six Nations.
Yeah,
You
well,
agree with
look,
that?
we kind of know that because of the monetary value that's
Yeah.
at stake. But like realistically, they should be, because you know until they do breed lads or blood lads in big games, in big competitions like that, you're gonna just hinder a development going into a World Cup. And let's face it, look, we all want to get past the quarterfinal in the World Cup, because you can't be the number one team going into the last two World Cups and fucking end up coming fourth or going out in the quarterfinals and being basically ranked seventh or eighth.
Yeah. Do you think we'll blood any new players in the Six Nations, or do you think it'll be more the same?
It probably will be more the same, because
And, sorry,
obviously,
is your name Len? Is your name Len?
sorry,
I
Len.
didn't hear Len either, to be honest with you.
you,
I just
you,
I just heard
you
a
actually
question.
didn't say Len. You just, I thought
I
it was
don't
just
think you did there now.
Len,
I could
Len,
be with you
Len.
on there, Matt. I think
Yeah,
you
good
said,
man,
do
Len.
you think? Look,
No.
I actually, we have this. Look, I'd say fucking people watching are getting bored of us actually talking about this, because we literally have this exact same conversation every single week. We've had it for the last 3 or 4 weeks, to be honest with you. So yeah, I do think
It's relevant though.
well,
It's relevant though.
it is. No, it is relevant. Yeah, it's on the basis of this. It is relevant. But what can you say? You do need to blood them. Yeah, we're talking about depth and having depth in the Irish squad. But there's a huge step up. We know there's a huge look. You only have to look at Munster, Macmillan's first European game. Right? There's a huge gulf between URC and European rugby, and there's another gulf again between European rugby and international rugby. So without these guys getting game time, no matter how talented they are at URC level, launching them in because you have an injury at centre or whatever, you have nobody else to fill the fucking gap, and bring him Wasselthwaite in for maybe a second or third international game, maybe, and hopefully say a World Cup quarter final. That's too fucking late. These guys need to be getting international experience before then. That's just my view.
We move on anyway. Matt, Leinster 45, Harlequins 28. What do you make now?
Yeah, look, I mean, a good start to the competition. I definitely have to give Harlequins a shout out, because they came to play and they came to get a result, and fair fucking play to them, because after their demolition in the quarterfinals last year in the Champions Cup, they really put Leinster under a lot of pressure in that, especially in that first half, and probably for 60 minutes. It was just the last quarter of that game kind of really got away from Harlequin. So look, they're in a good place. It was good to see them come and actually put in a good performance, even after getting trounced last year in the quarter. Well, not last year, but you know what I mean. Last competition, because that wouldn't have been good for the morale in the team. But yeah, look, I'm very, very impressed. Tommy O'Brien, that try was unbelievable. Like a super catch, and then just to have the wherewithal to kick it past him, just because he knew as soon as he got the kick away, your man couldn't tackle him, and he knew that, and he had the pace of him and just ran it in. It was an absolute belter of a try, and fair play to him.
He had no right to get that try, to be honest with you, Matt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ross Byrne's pass was literally slightly behind him, so you have to actually turn
to
gather the ball for a start.
Harry,
you know what I mean? Sorry, fucking yeah, Jesus Christ. Never mind.
Isn't Ross Byrne playing for Gloucester?
He is, yeah. Yeah, but he made a cameo. He made a cameo there the weekend. He was only on for one pass. Actually, is all he was on for.
4 seconds.
Yeah, but it went slightly behind him, so he had to gather that, and like to turn, and that little chip sat up lovely for him. Yeah, it was pure class, pure skill.
And look, even Prendergast with the kick to Jordan Larmer. I mean, that was
Really on the money.
in the bread basket as well, and it was just class. I don't know how Jordan Larmer got his first try, to be honest, because it looked like he had no way of getting that either.
Matt,
I think
shut the fuck up. You're covering every point that I can actually remember. I don't fucking know anything else about the game now. Carry on, Matt.
You should have gone first then. But look,
I shouldn't be here at all.
Go first next time.
That's it. But
no,
look, I mean,
carry on, Matt. Sorry.
A good outing for Leinster, a good start to the Champions Cup. I think there are still some issues there. I have to say, Rico Ioane, like he came on, but he could have easily scored that try, but he was very selfless in passing it off to
he's a hero already, Matt. Hero.
No, he's not a hero. We wouldn't go that far just yet. He's a bit to go yet, but he is the type of player that can be a hero, but he's a long way to go. But look, other than that, like I've no complaints.
I don't think he's going to make the same impact that Jordy Barrett made. To be honest,
I don't think so.
No. But like Peter
yes, that's a very good point.
Now, Peter Burke from up here and John Healy as well from YouTube, basically are saying the same things. Quinn's exposed Leinster defensive frailties.
Absolutely. Yeah, look, there's no denying it. Our defense isn't great at the moment, and I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's the Jacques and Aber effect, or is something not working, or something not clicking. I don't know. I'm not a coach. I'm not a professional. I can't tell you where they're going on, but there's something amiss, definitely, because we were torn open a couple of times, and even if you go back to the start of the few games and the start of the URC as well, we were carved open very easily. So I don't know. There's something going on. Line-out was better, though, I have to say.
Yeah. Then your thoughts on the Leinster Harlequin games?
Yeah, Matt more or less covered it all for me. Look, it wasn't. It wasn't a vintage Leinster performance. What?
We didn't skip on to the Munster match. We did it.
No, we'll cover it anyway. Look, it wasn't the vintage Leinster performance by any manner of means, right? Like when we saw the Harlequins team, there was no Cunningham wasn't there, fucking Mark Smith, no Finn Baxter. So they left out a lot of big names. I'm not saying it was a second string team the same as Racing was, but it wasn't, it was a stacked Leinster team, which is right, by the way, because, you need to win these group games. But just looking at the teams, I would have given Leinster a kind of 14-point margin just based on the two team sheets to begin with. And look, they were okay. As you said, Larmer's first try, he powered through 4 defenders. Like, he's not a massive fucking guy. Right to get that try, as you said. Brilliant. Again, other highlight, in fairness, Sam's crossfield kick to Larmer. That was absolute. It was fucking class. Perfect now, on the money. Top door stuff. Frawley's try, that was a cock-up. You just actually mentioned the line out. That was one that didn't work. It came straight over the top.
Yeah.
Pure poacher's instincts. Brilliant. Pounce on it.
Just on that point, thanks for reminding me, because the commentator, I don't know who it was at the time, said, this is one of those things where you could do it 1,000 times and get nothing from it. But you follow up on that, and if it goes to you, then you carve defenses open, and that's exactly what he did. So how many times has he done that and not got the rewards from it? And then this one time it pays off.
Yeah, but it just shows, though, you need guys awake on the fucking pitch to the possibilities. How many will stand there and that ball will bobble around, and a Harlequins player will fucking pounce on it. But in fairness, they had the bonus points sewn up at half time. It was like 24-14 or something along those lines, right?
Yeah.
And then it was around about 50th minute. Jimmy O'Brien had the deliberate knock on. Now, in fairness, right?
He knew straight away.
Yeah, look, I'm actually going to give, now, this has come from a Munster man, I'm going to actually give you the benefit of the doubt on this one. Because I've seen Jimmy O'Brien go up one-handed and gather that ball a number of times. You know what I mean? It's like when you're jumping at that and it's out of reach, it's not, you know, a JA player will automatically go up with two hands. But you've seen rugby players, the likes of Jimmy O'Brien, will, you know, lead with the right hand and gather it. Look, maybe he knew exactly what he was doing. We're not fucking mind readers. I don't fucking know. So we'll give him the benefit out of it. But look, the yellow card and the penalty try. So like they were back in it.
That's just one of those things, though. Like if you decide to go for that ball, you have to get it, or it's gonna be if it's not possible to collect. Like if you have to stretch for it, you're already in trouble because you have to grab that ball, or else it's going to be deliberate knock on. And you know, I think you do give him the benefit of the doubt. On any other time, he probably would have gathered that ball, but it's just that one time again. 1 out of 100 times that you might not gather it, you know, and then obviously with the extra man out in the wing as well, then it was a clear run in for them.
Yeah,
so
it was the
right decision. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like I mean, that brought it down to a 3-point fucking game, and then all of a sudden you're at home. It's a 3-point game. You know what I mean? Again, it's not a fucking class Harlequin side, but again, we're back to fucking Rossbourne. He was over. He came over for the cameo, right? You know, fair folks. That Gloucester actually released, right? But no, Harry Byrne came on in 57 minutes, and that game changed. The whole tempo of that game changed completely. And it wasn't just like I know, Rico Annie came on as well, but I think fucking Harry Byrne drove that game, and he got like Van der Fleer was actually I thought was having a quite enough game prior to that. And all of a sudden, Van der Fleer was popping up left, right, and centre. He was in the mix, and it was just the way I thought Harry was really driving it. But look, yeah, they won, and it's 4 points in the bag in the group stage. So yeah, look,
five.
That's five. Look, five. Look, it's Monday, and I'm fucking the brain is not working. Anyway, getting back to Rossbourne, he was excellent. I would have given him the man of the match.
Well, we've spoken about Harry before to say how well he's doing.
Yeah. Matt, Jonathan Ely up there says, Matt, I think Nina Barry interview is not going down well behind closed doors.
I think he's right on that.
Yeah, I think everyone's kind of accepted that one now. Right?
It was a bit of a weird interview, to be honest with you.
Yeah. But that's the way things go, I suppose, every now and again. One second now. There's freaking load results here anyway. Right. Leonard, a good Bishop Brennan.
Sorry, I'm going to interrupt you there. I just have to go to Leo. I'll be back in about 10 minutes.
It's okay. We'll wait. We'll discover the match in the meantime.
Yes, Danny, what's the question? Connacht against Ospreys, yeah.
Back 40, Munster 14. Go on, Ned. Go on.
A fucking shit show, lads. Let's just be fucking honest about it. Absolute fucking shit show. Look, we know fucking the quality in that bad side. We know they're top of the table in the Premiership, or the Prem, as they fucking call it, right? No Crowley. That was always going to be a tough ask. And then we lose Klein for personal reasons and Milne before the kickoff. So all of a sudden, a tough situation was just made fucking harder. Look, realistically, my heart said on Munster, but in Europe, but my head said it was always going to be a tough ask. But facts of the game is 6 minutes in, they were camped on our fucking try line. It was a fucking maul. Byrne broke his bind. The ref deemed it to be cynical play. It's a fucking penalty try. Granted, that's not the greatest of the fucking starts. What happened after that was like just a fucking calamity. Yeah, it was just fucking mental shit. Every bounce of the ball, everything that could fucking possibly go right for Bat went right for Bat. Everything could possibly go wrong for us went wrong for us. 19 minutes, it was 28-0. Fucking, I'm just sitting there going, holy mother of fuck. But you know what I mean? I still expected him to dig in and stay in the fight. Adogbo got a try back for us. And was it We only had that fucking try, and was it Obana? I think it was. Then got another one back for fucking Bat, and then Casey, in fairness, managed to claw another one back just before half time. So we had a chance, and I'll be honest with you. At that stage, I thought, right, halftime, we'll sit down, we'll regroup. It was a freak show what happened in the first fucking 20 minutes. And we'll come back out and we'll do what we've done in Europe fucking over the fucking years, and we might come away with 2 fucking losing bonus points out of this. That was my view. And we didn't. And to be quite honest with you, as good as Bat were, and I have to say, Spencer is one fucking hell of a fucking player. He is fucking unbelievable. His kicking, I thought, was better than fucking spoofers on the fucking day. And Spoofer had a fucking threw one out on the fucking full, and he like, as the lads call it, he has a fucking daisy cutter that nearly fucking took somebody's ankles out, and he just wasn't. Look, he was on fucking form. He done what he had to do, but I just thought fucking Spencer was. Yeah, and he got man in the match. But you could see after about 15 minutes, he was man in the match material. He was just fantastic. But no, as I say, the second half, we couldn't just penetrate him. Our attack was fucking so blunt. Now, look, okay, you have to give credit to Bat and a really fucking good side, and the bench that they had, like Sam Underhill and that on coming off the fucking bench. Amazing fucking bench. But handling errors, fucking our line out, fucking, as I say, our attack was shapeless. I was just looking at the stats on it. They outscored us on basically nearly every fucking metric. The only one that we won, we won more rucks than they did, which actually fucking surprised me looking at the game. They didn't look like it, but we did. We actually won far more rucks than them. We had like 10 entries into their 22, and we came away with 2 tries out of 10 entries. Bat had 7 entries into our fucking 22, and came away with 6 tries. So that'll tell you the difference in the fucking class. Tackles. Right, you're playing against a tough team like that, and this is where we lost the fucking second half. We had 67 tackles the whole game. Bat made 150 fucking 7. You know, we were fucking missing tackles. Like even carries. I'm just looking at the carries here. We had 127 carries. Bat had 69. But the difference is they made their carries count. Do you know what I mean? They fucking. Yeah. Now I don't like fucking stats and fucking all of this kind of shit, but like you have to look at and try and kind of figure out how the fuck we were so bad. It was our heaviest fucking European defeat in 29 years. 29 fucking years. You know, I know Peter was on going, it's one bad game. You know, get over it, you're making, but no, it was a poor Munster fucking performance. And then when you think back to the performances that Munster have had in Europe over the fucking years, like Agara's fucking conversion in 2000 when we met fucking Saracens by a point, and fucking Sale. Do you remember the Sale game? We were similar fucking, we were like 23-7 or something fucking down, and Murray and Conway scored 2 tries, and it was Keatley at that stage then fucking drop goal in the last fucking seconds. The Northampton game, the fucking miracle game. You know, this is what fucking Munster are all about. You like over the years you'll see, hear every commentator go, well, you can't write off Munster in Europe. And you couldn't. Unfortunately, we're wiped off and wiped clean. So all I'm hoping for, look, is that it's a kick in the hole. We take it, we learn from it, and we need why do you fucking grin at, Brosnan?
Good question.
No, look, we need a huge response, and we need a bonus point win down in Musgrave next weekend. We really, really do. You know, and that's it. That's it, and I hope we improve.
You love this one now then. Peter, as a Munster supporter, what does Len think about ridiculous comments by so-called Munster supporters online critical of Munster? Is it getting ridiculous now that the armchair pundits? What do you think, Len?
No, because as I said to you, like I said, Peter, when he put up the question, right? If you're going to blindly sit back and go, we were really good, we were beaten by a better team. We weren't anywhere near our potential. Look, depth is a fucking problem for us. There's no 2 ways about it. You know, depth is a huge problem. We have Alalato came in there trying to shore up that front fucking row. We haven't got the depth. we don't have the depth for Europe, to be quite honest with you. And that's unfortunate. But look, if it's a bad performance, you have to say it's a fucking bad performance. You know, you can't be going around blindly. Like, and I said on thing, fair fucks to the 4,000 supporters went up there and they marched. 1,000 of them marched with the team up to the stadium. Absolutely fantastic support. And I said on the fucking post there, if support could be turned into fucking points, we would have fucking hammered them in that game. You know, that's but that's like, but it doesn't. And like, you don't lack support, but like when you have a fucking poured out like that, you know, a supporter's entitled to be critical and go, look, where did it go fucking wrong? I'm not talking about fucking abuse now. I'm just saying we were fucking poor. As I said, heaviest defeat in 29 years. So no, I wouldn't buy that fucking shit either.
Matt, I'll come to you in a second here, but just comment I want to read out first before I come to your opinion on it. It's by your mom, Pauline.
I know who that person is, yeah, funnily enough.
Yeah. We got off to a bad start and never managed to catch up. Thought we might have got something out of it. It wasn't to be.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. Yep.
Yeah.
So I thought the same, Pauline. I really, a monster of old would have tried and dug something out of that in the second half. But look, you can't win them all. And as I said, we're up against one of the best side in the Premiership at the moment. And Van Graan seems to have an open checkbook over there to buy in fucking superstars. So yeah, it was always going to be a tough ask. But look, hopefully it's an anomaly and we'll fucking, we'll go well for the rest of the competition. It's an eye opener for fucking Macmillan though to European rugby, isn't it?
Well, that's them to handle, I suppose. Matt, your thoughts on the Munster back game?
Well, look, I didn't watch the game live. I had it recorded. I had to watch it back after, but I couldn't quite believe my eyes.
We're fucking enduring fucking Leinster game, so we can report it on the Monday, and he couldn't be bothered his fucking hole.
You heard what he said. You fucking listen to what I said to you.
You watched the back on record. That's not the same thing, Matt.
I don't give a shit. I had other fucking shit to be doing. And you know what? I'm glad I didn't fucking watch it live because you were fucking shit. I didn't want to have to go there.
He summed it up in fucking one sentence. That's it. Right, we'll move on to the Ospreys game.
I didn't want to go there, but you fucking made me with that fucking lousy comment.
We have to fucking draw you out. You see,
Matt, he had to do his hair after the Leinster game. Come on, give him a chance, will you?
As you said, right? I think you were very unlucky, right? And I think Tyg Byrne was very unlucky to get that yellow card. I watched it back, right? He was legal all the way until that point, until your man let go. So I don't know who it was. Was it Tom Ahern or whoever it was? Let go of his jersey, which made him illegal. And then when he moved to switch to grab to the other player as the maul was moving, then he was penalised. If your man had a hold of his jersey, he would have been illegal all day of the week, and that wouldn't have been a penalty try. Do you know what I mean? So there was other times as well. There was another break Munster got, and Tom Ahern, I think the ball was ripped and it popped out into one of the bat players' hands, breadbasket, and they scored. You know, there was moments like that where, like you said, the luck just wasn't there for you. Although, like, when you ship 28 points in 19 minutes, it's never good, especially in European rugby. But they were terribly unlucky. And look, it's not the end of the world. It's game one. It's away. You can still qualify. It's not all dead and done in the water. But I think, I felt bad for Tyg Byrne because, like, if you're whoever it was, I don't know who it was that had a hold of, like, it, just fucking cling onto him, and then that's a different outcome to that situation. But look, as you said, when you lose. Okay, you knew Jack Crowley wasn't going to be starting, so that was a blow for starters. You knew that was going to be tough going over to the Rec to play bat. But then just before the game, Michael Mill and John Klein drop out then as well. I know John Klein was family circumstances or whatever, but Michael Mill he was kind of pulled. Was it just before the game in a warm up or something? He pulled out. And that kind of brings into what you were saying then about your depth, that the depth is not there. But other than that, like, look at it this way as well. Like, most of this, all bar 5 points were scored in that first half. The second half was 5-0. And the fight was there in Munster because if there wasn't any fight in you, you would have shipped another 20 or 30 points. Do you know what I mean? So there are positives to take from that game, and as you rightly said, look, it's an eye opener for Clayton McMillan in European rugby, but it's just a bump in the road. Like it's something they've learned from. You got to also look at the Van Graan factor as well. He knows Munster inside and out, coaching before, and as you said, he's an open checkbook for Bath, and he's buying players left, right, and centre. And you got to look at the guys that they have to name, but a few like Guy Pepper is now another bloody superstar that's popped up out of nowhere, a bit like Pollock. He's playing fantastic rugby. You've Max Ajomo or whatever his name is in the centre. He's a fantastic centre, and he's unbelievable. And then there was a couple of breaks that he made, and then passed off to Joe Cockensing, and away he's a blistering fast, that lad. So they have a quality side, and I know Peter Burke is going to go mad now, but I think Finn Russell kind of did play quite well, and he kind of guided the team as well. And if you look at JJ Hanrahan and going up against Finn Russell, it's a man against a boy, really. No disrespect to Hanrahan, but he's not at that level.
His worst game.
He didn't have his worst game, but he's just not at that level.
And in fairness, he wasn't that bad. Look, there was kicks in over the fucking top that were too long, so they weren't contestable, and it was just a fucking. We're back to problems in the line out. Fucking the scrums. Fucking scrum actually, in fairness, wasn't too bad. We've had fucking worse issues with the scrum, considering they were kind of like. Sorry, Matt. Go on.
If Jack Crowley was on, that was going to be on a different game, because he would have commanded it a bit better and led from because you always see Jack on the pitch and he's barking orders like a good 10 should be doing. He's that vital link between the forwards and the backs, and when you get a good 10, you've got the constant voice going, do this, do that, blah blah blah, move out there or whatever, and making the calls and running the game from that position, and I think Edwin Adobo did really well, considering he'd been out for so long with injury. He's back a couple of games. Is it a couple of games? I don't know, but he had a fantastic game. He really had a fantastic game. But look, it is what it is. It's a tough. It was always going to be a tough game away, and then when you lose kind of vital players just before a game, it's never easy, and it can affect the mindset as well going into a game.
I don't buy that. No, I don't buy that. You're professional.
It can do. They are professional. When you don't have the guys to step up, and then when they lose a leader like Ty Byrne for 10 minutes in the first half, that's where the damage was done. Do you know what I mean? It was already in their heads, and okay. Like you said, it mightn't be that one part, but it's a combination of different things. So they lost the players, and then they go, okay, well, we need to shake this off. We need to get on with it, grand. And then all of a sudden, 2 minutes, 3 minutes into a game, you lose a player, and then it just all starts coming back, and things like that mess with your head big time. But again, it's not doom and gloom,
Even Bev Anderson here says, I think Crowley not being there affected the team. Hanrahan isn't a good player anymore.
But yeah, look, I mean, there's.
I wouldn't go that far. He had a decent game against tough opposition on Saturday. And all fairness, I thought he played reasonably well. In fairness, but Jack is first choice for a reason. Put it that way.
Exactly.
Yeah. And John Healy in here as well said, hopefully just a bump in the road for Munster in the new coach era. I mean, like I've said this before, when a new coach come in to any club, I usually don't judge them for the first season at all. Unless you really bring a team from the top team down to the bottom and stuff.
And absolutely. And look what he's done already at the start of this season already. Do you were unbeaten until the Stormers game in the URC, and then you get beaten this weekend. It's not a bad sign. He's doing the right things, and he's doing. No doubt this is just one of those things he'll learn. He'll go, right, my first experience of European rugby, Cup rugby. He'll get better.
Yeah. Yes, but again, they're just taking the Stormers into account. That was another game. That was a kind of not a must-win game, but that was a game that we should have been fucking. It was like the Leinster game, right? We were prepped and ready for the Leinster game. Our attack was excellent. Huge variation in our attack on the day. Stormers, we had that wraparound pass we scored a try from. The second time we tried it, it was almost it was an intercept and it led to a Stormers try. But there was nowhere near the variation in attack in that Stormers game that we showed against Leinster. And it's that lack of consistency, because you go those 5 games and, it's the lack of consistency that fucking would just, if I had hair, I'd be tearing it fucking out. You know what I mean? You come up against 2 strong.
That's where you shave it off, Mr. Kid. That's where you shave it off.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Yeah, look, you should have seen me a couple of years ago. I had a fucking afro. Come on.
Yep.
Actually, Danny, just on that, what did you make of it? What did you make
From
of
the
the result?
highlights I saw of it, because I saw this the weekend.
Yeah, no, but the result in general.
Oh, not fucking happy. I think once we got conceded those points after the yellow card, I think we'd practically given up. And by the time we actually got into the swing of things, it's too fucking late. And Bat had our number in that day. Murphy saw anything that could go wrong, and anything could go right. Wait. No, there's a name here I haven't seen in a while. And she goes, "Hi, you gents," and that's from Megan Augusta. I haven't seen you in a while.
Megan.
It's nice to have you back, Megan. Let's see. Ken O'Connor here says the Packs never stood up. Probably Tide's worst game. We were massively underpowered and got steamrolled. If we can't match a team physically up front, we would never get near the top of the table. Think he's right?
Yeah, well, look, it's the modern game, that physical battle. It was like Leinster had it with La Rochelle. You know what I mean? They overpowered them and fucking for a few years, and they worked their way around them. And Ian Arbor, in his defence, like literally in his defence and figuratively in his fucking defence, he gave Leinster the tools to unpick and unlock bigger, fucking more physical teams. So look, you have something to thank them for. You know what I mean? And they got that fucking bogey off the back. So there is other ways of doing it. And it takes a good fucking tactical mind to be able to do that. Hopefully Macmillan, I know you're like, it is only a few games in and, we have to give the fucking chap a chance. And I have a lot of fucking faith in Macmillan. So yeah, hopefully, we'll get workarounds to make up for what we don't lack, or what we lack in physicality.
Yeah. Another coach that's been in the season is Stuart Lancaster at Connacht. And they lost 24-21 to the Ospreys. Matt, how do you see that game and what do you think of it?
Fucking absolute disaster for Connacht.
Yeah.
Absolute disaster. They were 21-0 up after whatever, what is it, 27 minutes or something. And I thought, this is fucking game over. They're just gonna fucking run away with this. But it was like watching Connacht last season as well, where they'd perform really well in the first half and then drop off in the second half, or not play in the first half and be chasing a game. They left that one out there big time. They should have won that game 100%. And looking at it, like Dennis Buckley, when he got his yellow card, that was kind of the final nail in the coffin for Connacht, because they were still ever so slightly ahead at that point, and then he went off, and then it just made it even more harder. And because Ospreys had their tails up and they'd already come back into it and were within a score, it was just easy for them, But I don't know. I think I'd say Stuart Lancaster was spitting vinegar in the dressing room after that game, because it's unlike them now. They've been much better this season. I thought they've been playing really well and kind of structurally wise and holding on to games and fulfilling like a proper 80 minutes. But Jesus, like fucking, what was it, 20, 24, 25 minutes or something they played for, and then that was it pretty much. I need to check.
Yeah, they're 21-0 up inside space, 25 minutes.
25 minutes. So like,
yeah, and Harry Davis tried literally on the stroke at halftime, and then whatever happened, they seemed to switch off somewhere between their third try and that try.
He switched off when he came out of the fucking dressing room for the second half.
Yeah, unfortunately, they kind of switched off before that a little bit, So
Yeah.
it's disappointing because they are a better side than that, and I think Stuart Lancaster has made inroads with them,
Yeah.
and he will be. I'd say he'd be fucking so annoyed at that performance, but again, it's not the end of the world. They'll adapt, they'll learn. It's one game in the Challenge Cup, and it's still all to play for. Do you know what I mean? So I'd say they'll. Who have they got next?
We'll come to that soon anyway, don't worry about it.
Oh, right,
Megan
grand.
here saying Connacht left the pitch after the first half and never came back. Must have went
Yeah.
to early points.
30 points. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Bethan here as well saying Connacht were missing Penrose's leadership. Bundy made the wrong call regarding the kick. Sean didn't want to kick, but Bundy, as captain, chose he should. A non-kicker shouldn't be determining if a player should kick or not. The wind was not on their side. Should have been Sean's decision.
Yeah, I was going to cover that, Bev. Spot on. Yeah.
There you go.
Your thoughts?
Well, actually, I have an interesting bit of rugby trivia for you on Connacht.
Whoa, strap in, lads.
Stuart Lancaster. Do you know why he doesn't own a dog?
Why?
He can't hold on to a lead.
Now, Len. People in glass houses and all that, you shouldn't be fucking slagging Connacht after your
Sorry,
weekend.
Connacht. Sorry,
There's
Connacht.
a reason why we don't have James Glenn on here to regular jokes.
Because James Glenn couldn't be here tonight to cover Connacht, I had to throw in a fucking dad gag for him. All right. Anyway, no, on to the match. Yeah, look. The highlight for me was myself and Matt were delighted, right? Because the comms teams were actually talking about the main fucking highlight of fucking talking point in world rugby at the moment. And that was, you hear it, Matt?
Yeah.
How do you pronounce? Is it Murray or Murray? Fucking, they actually covered it in fucking comms. They had a fucking 3-minute conversation when there was fuck all else going on the fucking pitch. And actually, and fucking Irish lad is going, no, it's Murray. And I was going, no, it's fucking not. But Andy, look, Dara, you can pronounce your name anyway you like, right?
So what they're saying is it is Irish, is it? So we've been pronouncing Conor Murray, Conor Murray's name wrong for all these years.
No,
it should have been Conor Murray, was it?
Well, look, every Murray that I've ever known in my life was known as Murray. But like, as I say, maybe I don't know. It could be a kind of foreign tinge, an Italian fucking grandfather or something in there. Something I haven't a fucking clue. But according to the Irish lad, anyway, it's Murray. Anyway, there we go. But there was a 3-minute conversation on that anyway between the comms team. But yeah, look, 21 points in his fucking many minutes, and you think this is it. Bonus point for fucking Connacht, and yeah, fucking hell. You know, they got one back before fucking half time, and you go, yeah, okay. You still have fucking a whole 40 minutes to get that one more try. That's all you fucking need. Then Osprey's got another one on the hour mark, and as you said, Matt, you're dead right. That turning point was Buckley's yellow card, and then they went on contested scrums, and literally no sooner did they got on to contested scrums, Osprey scored a try. Now it's fucking 19-20 fucking 1 and a squeaky fucking bum time. And Bevan is completely right. That penalty, the boys were actually arguing down in the corner over. Bundy insisted on going for the fucking posts, and the boys didn't. They wanted to go to the fucking corner. Look, we often say take your fucking points, but on a wet, windy fucking night, the conditions that were there, and the kicker doesn't think he's fucking up to it, I think you have to fucking listen to him. And as well as that, you go into the corner, it's going to eat up a bit more time, and you have a chance of getting fucking 5 or fucking 7 from it. So I think it was the wrong call by fucking Bundy. And on the back of that, the fucking ball was punted up the fucking field, and before you know it, it's 24-21. And that was fucking it. Like in the last minute, I think it was, there was Ospreys they had a line out, and they were penalised because the ball didn't go 5 meters. And so, you know, there you go, fucking Connacht have possession. It's the last guy. It was a bit late in the game after leading fucking by 21 points. But despite endless phases, unfortunately, they couldn't manufacture a fucking score. But there was some fucking stupid errors as well. There was one stage there. It was on the 5 meter. I can't remember what it was. I think it was mid-second half or something like that. They were on the Osprey's 5 meter line, and they had a penalty, and they opted for a tap and go. I'm not sure who. I think it might have been Buckley, but the ball never touched his boot. So the thing was fucking called back, and that was the end of that advantage. So they had a fucking brilliant scoring opportunity on the fucking 5 meter line with a tap and go, and you don't touch the fucking ball with your boot. And of course it was fucking picked up. So like there was just look a bit like us. They didn't look us on their side, but unlike Munster, they had a 21 point lead that they fucking gave away, and it's terrible to see, because you would love to see them come work. They should have walked away from that game realistically with a bonus point win, without a doubt. But look, that's fucking rugby, and that's the way it goes.
Yeah, 2 more comments in here. Pauline Boland, poor Connacht, they blew it all away. Couldn't believe the final score. Only saw the first half, very disappointing. And there was another one in here as well from Peter saying, I've said numerous times in the past that Connacht are a 40, 50-minute team. It changed last week, but they are back to their usual shite now.
He's a shite story, that lad.
Yeah. Now, James is going to be bombarding Peter with dad jokes there on just for saying that. And they're going to be probably busting Lynn.
Yeah, but the problem is we have to focus on that too.
Yeah. I mean, like, even Megan doesn't know where to cry or laugh here at the legs joke. Oh, God. That's, we have a quick review of next round 2 of the Challenge Cups now. I get the predictions on this. Match Friday night, we have Leicester Tigers hosting Leinster. How do you see that one going?
That'll be a tough game for Leinster, especially if they don't get their defensive problems sorted out. But I would back them to get the job done anyway. So yeah, look, I'll go with Leinster win, but it could be an hour enough win, 10 points maybe.
All right, Len, your thoughts on Leicester Tigers versus Leinster?
Remind me where Leicester are in the Premiership table, will you?
Oh, jeez, could be. For fuck's sake, give me a minute.
They're in it between 1 and 12.
Are you sure?
Pick a number. Don't know.
No joy, Daddy. No.
What relevance does that have?
No, because go on, yeah. Doesn't matter. Doesn't
fucking matter.
What?
Doesn't fucking matter. Go on.
Well, it does matter, because Harlequins are struggling in the Premiership at the moment, and Leinster are at home. So you know what I mean. If Leicester are doing a little bit better, and Leinster are away to them, it would have a bearing on. What?
They're fourth.
They're fourth. Yeah. So they're fourth. So they're not doing too fucking bad. And they're going to fucking fancy getting a home win. So I think you're right. I think it will be a tough game for Leinster. But look, I think Leinster have enough quality in that squad to take on any team in the Premiership, to be quite honest with you, including Bath. So I'd go for a Leinster win on it.
Let's see. We have Megan here again saying Leinster better fucking sharpen up.
Exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Maybe you should be coaching instead of Leo, Megan, I think.
Look, if Nick Timney doesn't Leinster squad, she's not interested, right? That's the way it goes.
Sign Timney straight away.
Yeah. Matt and Sammy there, can you check what position Colchester are in the Premiership rugby?
Sorry, say that again.
Colchester, what position are they in the Premiership?
You mean Gloucester?
Gloucester.
What the fuck ever, Gloucester? Fuck ever. What position are they in?
That was Colchester. I was saying, where the fuck did they come here?
I didn't know what he was fucking saying. I don't know. I'll check now. Hold on.
Yeah, because this face Glenn's going to ask. They
are they're second from bottom.
Second from bottom. Right. Second from bottom in the Premiership, Colchester are facing Munster then.
Gloucester, Danny. Gloucester, for fuck's sake. Gloucester.
Yeah, well, I
Gloucester.
already knew Gloucester were fucking second from the bottom. Yeah, and look, that's why I fucking reckon it's not. We have to get a bonus point win in fucking Musgrave. It's as simple as fucking that. It's not a case of I think we might. We have to get a bonus point win.
We're not
Gloucester are
Musgrave.
fucking struggling, so we need to fucking hammer them. No offense to what do you call it again? Colchester. Yeah, we need to fucking hammer Gloucester, right? Without a fucking doubt.
Not Musgrave.
What? Oh, it is Parky Queeve, actually. Yeah, not Musgrave. Yeah, you're right.
Doesn't matter
I
where
stand
it is.
corrected. Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Keep up to date, then, will you, for fuck's sake?
I'm away with the fucking fairies tonight. Don't fucking mind me. All right, go on.
That's simple for
Look,
Kenny men.
I presume you'll be wearing your Cork jersey to that one, will you?
This is the
No,
closest
he
thing I'll
wears
wear
half
to Cork
jersey.
jersey. I never go maybe.
I want him to wear a Safa jersey.
You never live it down.
Come on, you're saying then. Come on.
You know, well, I tell you, I know what I'm getting from Christmas now. Anyway, a Gloucester jersey.
Or a Cork jersey. Either the two would be happy with.
I'm sure I get you a Kilkenny jersey then. And you know what, Matt? I get you a nice meat GAA jersey. Or Tipperary one. Which one do you prefer?
That'll be good for.
So, Matt, your thoughts on the Munster game coming up the weekend?
There's only one outcome that needs to be done on that game, and that's a bonus point win. Simple as.
Yeah. Bevan, she's going there. I wonder if Ross Byrne will be playing this weekend against Munster.
He is actually.
Not if he has a cameo for Leinster this weekend.
Oh,
yeah, just for right.
I actually thought he was going to fucking appear for Munster. Fuck
it. Megan again here says, "Oh Jesus, don't put me in charge of a load of men."
It sounds like a challenge to Megan.
Yeah, Megan, there might be a position you won't be in the Leinster room where the back room staff for the women's rugby team.
Masseuse.
Reckon.
Jesus Christ.
I think that's the dog he got from a rescue pound in Colchester.
Colchester.
Wasn't it? Let's switch over to the Challenge Cup. First up Saturday night, Cardiff hosting Ulster. Matt, how do you see that one going?
I'd say Ulster will win that comfortably enough.
Yeah. Then Cardiff or Ulster, how do you see that one going?
Ulster, but I don't think it'll be that comfortable.
Don't you? Think it'll be tight?
No, I don't think it'll be that comfortable. No.
It won't be that comfortable. You think it'll be tight?
No. What way?
No. Say again?
I asked you if you thought it'd be tight, and you said no. Do you think it's going to be tight?
Yeah, I do. I think Ulster will win it. But no, I think Cardiff will give them a game.
Yeah. Even Gregor saying here, we should win, but tough.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Then I'll come to you on this one. In the last game for the provinces, same time as the Ulster game on Saturday night, which it always seems to be typical. Connacht and Ulster always clashing, but Connacht at home this time to Black Line.
This is the Georgian side.
From the Super Cup.
Yeah.
But, actually, they're not in the Super Cup anymore. They seem to have withdrawn from that, but they were the Super Cup champions last season, all right?
No, it's Connacht all day long in this. And again, they need a bonus point win.
Yeah, Matt, Connacht versus Black Line, Connacht at home.
Yeah, look, I'd say it'll be a comfortable enough win, but again, as Len said, they need 5 points. Simple as.
Lads, I suppose we'll leave it there now until next weekend anyway. Apart from the hijinks of the last couple of minutes there of a couple of us leaving and the dog barking in the background.
What was the dog's opinion on Munster? Was it pure shite as well? Yeah.
I said, Ruby. Oh. Ruby.
And
you want to go?
there is the most intelligent guest on the panel tonight.
Yeah, that's what.
Wouldn't be fucking hard, Len. It wouldn't be hard.
We'll just log off for next week. What's the dog's name?
Ruby. She's my
Ruby.
brother's dog for the week.
Ruby can take over fucking next week.
Ruby probably talk more sense than we would.
Yeah, fucking right.
She was right, Polly, but she's on my lap now, so joys of dog sitting, I suppose.
What's the last comment? Who was it? Oh, I can't see it.
My man, the dog is behind you.
Yeah, well, listen, no, you're not, Ruby. I know. I can see you right here in front of me. Don't worry about it. I have put you back down right because I've seen you do that. All right.
Gregor's asking, is it a Cocker Spaniel or is it a... Oh, no, sorry, hang on. It says, Cockerell's the head coach of Gloucester, Georgia, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, Megan, she's nice little dog. Don't worry about it. Matt, Len, pleasure as always. Until next weekend. Take care.
Cheers, folks.
Cheers, good luck.